What's going on, family? Testing out the camera. This is my first time going live, doing something a little bit different, showing myself on the camera. Still going to tackle some important topics, mainly just Biden stepping down tonight, and a little bit about that Sonya Massey shooting down in Springfield, Illinois. So I don't know how many of you all watched. Biden went live, did a press conference at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, from the White House about his decision to step down and why. I'm gonna let you all hear a little bit of that. I'm gonna play that now. Here we go. Fair use YouTube. And so there you have it. That was Joe's step down farewell speech, however you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. He's pushing everybody towards Kamala Harris. He's got his full support behind her. And he ran down a list of some of his accomplishments about the border and gun laws and what he's done in his 4 years as he heads off into the sunset and backs Kamala. I'm always still suspicious about him stepping down, if he just made that decision or was there like an intervention with the cabinet, his administration got in the room and just looked at the odds of him possibly being able to win or not win and just said this would be best for the party and the future of the Democrats. And, was it his decision alone or was a lot of coercing going on? I guess we'll never know. Based on his press conference, it seemed like he feeling was mutual and he just gladly was able to bow out and say, okay, we'll hand the baton over to Kamala and see what she can do if she can win. Uh, they raised a lot of money for her, 81 million in 24 hours. Beyonce has pledged her support for her and is allowing her to use one of her songs, I read. And Kamala actually addressed the presidency for the first time. She's got a video out there and she's just talking about what she's done when she was attorney general back in California and becoming the senator all the way up until now. So she ran down her accomplishments as well, and we'll see how this turns out. That was Joe's first time addressing his situation of stepping down since we first heard it announced this past Sunday. So he did a quick press conference. I actually thought it was going to be longer than that, but I guess 10 minutes is good enough. He said what he had to say. And so we'll see where this roller coaster ride goes with him and Kamala now succeeding him. And looks like she's going to get the nomination. Basically, she has it, and I'm sure she'll accept it August 19th at the Democratic National Convention in Chicago. That's the 19th through the 22nd. So, I think keep your popcorn by your side. This is just getting started. Who knows what's coming next? And I want to cover one more story. You all probably heard about this by now, about the young lady, 36 years old, down in Springfield, Illinois. Name is Sonya Massey. And Sangamon County police officer came through as she called because she thought she noticed some suspicious activity. Once he came to the door, him and his partner, they entered her home after she allowed them to, and they was kind of looking for some things. And one thing led to another. She goes to turn down the heat on a pot of boiling water. And I guess the officer, for whatever reason, he starts to reach for his handgun, and she says, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." And then she puts the pot down. She actually ducks. She's unarmed, and the officer still shoots her, and she dies from her wounds later on, where she's pronounced dead. I'm gonna actually play a little bit of that. It's my final story. Take a listen. Fair use, YouTube. This is her father speaking right now. Okay, and there you have it. Video wasn't that long. And for all of you who've actually seen the video, it's completely unacceptable behavior by this officer. Even when she says, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," and he says, "You better not." She's unarmed. She's put the pot down back on the stove, and she actually ducks. She actually ducks down, and then he actually moves over towards her, and then actually lets go around, and that's what she dies from. Absolutely no reason to up his firearm and shoot this poor woman. She's completely unarmed, and I just really don't understand it. So many people are just confused over how this could happen. You can see her father is outraged as he should be. And like you said, you heard the history of this officer. I know he's been transferred 6 different times from his behavior. So I guess with him just not really being punished, they just keep transferring him. He never really learned his lesson. They've charged him at this point, and he's facing, I think, up to life in prison. I forget how many years, up to life in prison. Just doesn't make sense. You call police department for your safety and thinking they're just going to investigate, but then they turn you into the actual victim. So it kind of makes you want to think twice, depending on what it is, if you want to call the police department. If you don't see anything, you think you may have heard something, and you kind of investigate yourself, and you no longer see anything, no longer hear anything, you may want to just, you know, not call 911 for the time being if everything seems copacetic. Now if it's, an actual physical altercation going on and that you're face to face with the other person, whatever the case may be, and you need to call 911 because you actually have the perpetrator in front of you, or obviously someone's been wounded, that's a different story. But if you're just checking out your surroundings because you thought there may have been something that wasn't right, and you find out that there's no trouble, you may want to just leave the police where they are, because you don't want them showing up to your place and turning you into the victim. Just seeing this video, it just went left really quick. And so I don't know what this officer's MO was after he came over there, and there was really no threat. She just felt scared, so she called down there in Springfield, Illinois. It's a whole mess, and just all of this in the campaign year, election year. What's coming next? I don't know. We had this 4 years ago in 2020. It was May 2020 when George Floyd was killed by yet another police officer, Derek Chauvin. And now we have it again 4 years later with Sonya Massey by another police officer. George was killed in Minnesota, I believe it was Minneapolis. And then you have Sonya down in Springfield, Illinois. So, I don't get it. Uh, I don't know how. I know Kamala spoke out against this, so has Joe Biden. They've made statements condemning the murder. And so we just have to see how the rest of this plays out. It's been a crazy 2024. And like I said, what's next? I guess me and you will find out together. And I'll definitely be reporting on anything else that's upcoming. Let me know in the comments what you all think about Joe Biden stepping down, Sonya Massey's unfortunate shooting that led to her death on July 6th. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until the next one, I'm out.